The storm outside seemed like a mirror of what was brewing within their family. Thunder roared as James and Clara held firm, their old house trembling but still standing strong, much like themselves. When morning came, the rain had washed the fields clean, but the weight of betrayal lingered heavy in the air. The children didn't stay away for long. Within a week, all three arrived together, as if they had finally joined forces. The sound of 3 cars pulling into the yard sent a chill down Clara's spine. She stood at the window, clutching her apron, while James rose slowly from his chair. The door opened, and Samuel entered first, looking serious, followed by Sarah with her practiced sweet smile, and David, smirking as though he already owned the place. "Mama, Papa," Samuel began, "we need to talk." James crossed his arms. "Funny how you always remember us when there's something you want." Sarah stepped forward, her voice soft, almost pleading. "Papa, it's not like that. We care about you. We want to help." James's voice was low but steady. "Help yourselves, you mean?" David slammed his hand on the table. "Why are you making this so hard? You're too old for all this. Why can't you just give us the money? We're your kids. That's what parents do, leave things for their children." Clara's eyes filled with tears, but her voice trembled with quiet strength. "Children honor their parents first. You think inheritance is just money. Inheritance is love, respect, care. And you left all that behind years ago." The room grew heavy with silence. For the first time, the children looked at each other, unsure of how to respond. James stepped closer, his eyes burning with the fire of decades of hard work and sacrifice. "Listen to me. This land, this money, it ain't just numbers on paper. It's sweat. It's pain. It's years of waking up before the sun and going to bed after dark. And none of you were here for it. Not one of you. We ain't giving it away just because you showed up now." Samuel's jaw clenched. "So that's it. You're cutting us out." James nodded slowly. "No. You cut yourselves out. Long time ago." David muttered a curse under his breath and stormed out. Sarah stood frozen, her tears suddenly looking less convincing. Samuel lingered a moment, his pride wrestling with his conscience, but in the end, he too walked away, leaving Clara and James alone again. For the first time, Clara didn't collapse into tears. Instead, she straightened her back, her eyes strong. "We did what we had to do, James. We told the truth, and the truth freed them." Weeks turned into months, and the children never came back. At first, Clara worried, waking up at night wondering if they'd ever see their faces again. But slowly, she began to realize that peace had returned to the farm. No arguments, no greedy hands knocking at the door, just the sound of the wind in the fields, the clucking of chickens, the steady heartbeat of the land. With the inheritance money, James and Clara made changes. They repaired the old farmhouse, painting it fresh white with dark shutters. They bought new equipment to ease the burden of the fields. Clara finally got the kitchen she had dreamed of, spacious, with new counters and a stove that didn't wheeze when it heated. James got a sturdy tractor, something he had always admired but never been able to afford. But beyond their own needs, they thought of others. One Sunday after church, Clara whispered to James, "There are so many children in this town who don't have what ours had. What if we did something for them?" James nodded, already knowing what she meant. "We'll open this farm to them. Let it be a place of love again." And so they did. They started a small program, welcoming foster children and struggling families onto their land. They taught the children how to plant seeds, how to care for animals, how to sit together at a table and give thanks. The laughter of little voices once again filled the air, washing away the silence that had haunted the house for too long. The farm became a beacon in the community. Neighbors who once whispered about the Walkers' fortune now admired their generosity. People came not just for food, but for wisdom, for comfort, for the kind of family warmth James and Clara carried in their hearts. One summer evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky in shades of orange and pink, Clara sat on the porch with James, her hand resting in his. Children's laughter drifted across the yard, and the field swayed gently in the breeze. "James," she said softly, "I think this is what God meant for us to do. Not to pass it down to those who don't value it, but to share it with those who need it." James smiled, the lines of his face deepening with both age and contentment. "You're right, Clara. Our real inheritance ain't money. It's the love we give, the seeds we plant. And look at 'em growin'. They sat in silence, watching the children chase fireflies, their laughter ringing through the night like music. For the first time in a long time, the house didn't feel empty. It felt alive. Far away in the city, Samuel sat in his office, staring at his bank account, the emptiness in his heart louder than the ticking clock. Sarah wept in her apartment, realizing too late that love could not be faked. David, restless and broke, drifted from place to place, never finding peace. None of them ever came back to the farm. But James and Clara never looked back either. They had found something far greater than wealth. They had found truth, peace, and a new family that would never abandon them. And as the stars filled the night sky once more, the old couple rocked gently in their chairs, their hearts lighter, their home full again, knowing the land they had fought for all their